Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 34 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 34 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. And yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. There are a lot of people out there struggling. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please reach out. I want everyone to know someone is listening. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And you can go to my website, www.geripetito.com, if you want to purchase it on audio. My book is now on audio with my voice, guys. Simon & Schuster wanted to do that with someone else's voice, and I was like, absolutely not. My producer here, Ruben Rodriguez, part owner of Hamilton Radio and owner of Iron Horse Films, is now doing audiobooks. So if any authors out there are interested in getting your book done audio with your voice, please, please reach out to me. Okay? So I have a really amazing guest. He's no stranger to my show. Before I introduce him, let me give a shout out to one of my sponsors today, Paula Ann. Ablaze Entertainment and Freedom Rings Festival, helping survivors of human trafficking to live a life of normalcy. The Geri Petito Show is also one of her sponsors, www.freedomringsfestival.com. And Paula Ann is actually the one who introduced me to my amazing guest a few years ago. So let's welcome back Ryan O'Neill. Hey, sweetie.
Hey, hi Jerry, how are you? Thanks for having me here.
Oh my gosh, I love you, kid.
I'm so excited to be here today. Thank
Uh,
you to both you and Paula Ann.
Yes. Give Paula Ann a bigger shout out. Come on.
Hey, Paula Ann at Ablaze Entertainment. She's an amazing woman. She's helped me, incredibly and immensely over these last couple of years, and her hard work should not be unnoticed. So, thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for connecting Hamilton Radio and Geri Petito here.
So, Paula Ann, I love you. You know how I feel about you, and you bring me incredible guests, and you know how much I love this young man. So, Ryan, tell everyone a little bit about who you are.
Who am I? I'm Ryan
Yes.
O'Neill.
Go ahead.
I'm
You know.
a Metro Detroit country pop singer-songwriter with what we call pop with a southern twist.
Okay.
Pop with a southern twist. But I'm here from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised my whole life, and I kind of decided to explore the music business over the last few years and see where it takes me. I'm so excited to be here and to see where this road takes me.
So, all right, how long have you been doing this?
So I've been involved
Yeah.
in the music business for just a handful of years now.
Okay.
I've always had a passion for it. I've been doing music since I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, and kind of started from playing the drums in the church band to chasing my career vocally, which is where I'm at now, and how I wish to proceed going forward. But I'm so excited to just be able to live out my dream, even at the extent where I'm at right now. But of course, my goal is to be as big as possible.
Listen, it's going to happen. How old are you?
I am 24 years old.
Okay, so you can call me Mom. That's what my 24-year-old grandson calls me.
Me mom. I
Okay,
love
there you go.
it.
So, first of all, it's going to happen. I know it, and I hope you know it. Never stop. It's going to happen because you're that good. You're incredible. Um,
Thank you.
let me ask you some questions. Let's go back in time a little bit, all the way back, because you're so old. Let's go back in time a little bit. Who were some of your musical influences?
Yeah, really, it started from I'd probably say Trace Adkins, Brad Paisley, Rascal Flatts. That's kind of where it started from, and over the years, I've been trying to add in flares. I like Bruno Mars, I like Ed Sheeran, I like
Oh, yeah.
Chris Stapleton. So I like to say I'm like a gumbo of all those people together.
Okay.
Musical gumbo.
Musical gumbo. What about Elvis?
We love Elvis, of
Hey,
course, the
I've
king.
got to say it. Just got to say it. All right, baby. So, all right. So now, this might be a harder question for you. Do you have that one song that resonates with you that maybe has been your favorite song of all time?
Ooh, my favorite song of all time. Ah, that's a really tough question
Yep.
because there's so many great ones to choose from.
Yep.
Um, Gosh, it would have to be. That's a really tough question.
Okay.
I I'd have to say if there's one song that I've always loved,
Okay.
um, you know, Rascal Flatts did a cover of "Life Is a Highway," and I grew up to that song from like the Cars movie. And uh, the older I'm getting, and the more I'm starting to hear it again because they're making their reunion, their comeback tour right now. Um, I think that's such a true statement because life moves so fast, and I've realized this the older I'm starting to get. When I was young, it seemed like days would take forever. Years would be a long period of time. Now I feel like you blink and you're through months. You've lived months of your life, and it's just going faster and faster. And I really do believe that life is like a highway, and you just you're either riding or you're going to drive. You're going to be in control or you're just going to be riding passenger.
Okay. I love how you just put that. Wow. You're only 24. I didn't expect that to come out of your mouth. That's beautiful. So thank you for that. Because you're right. And, I try to tell everybody, well, you just said it all. So let's give everybody a big treat. Let's play one of Ryan's songs right now, producer. Here we go. And then you'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Found myself in a whole new town, bounded by people that ain't around. But here I am making my own moves. It's time that I sing some new tunes. Lost some friends and family, they couldn't see what I could be. Now that I have the room to breathe, I found a place where I feel free. It's hard to do it sometimes. Wheels up on a tide. Thought I'd try Detroit and Austin. At times I feel like a lost one. The hurt that I was going through can't outshine cause I feel brand new. Thought I'd try New York, then LA. Thought I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is the place I'm gonna try. I gotta spread my wings and fly. Thought the one I'd marry is the one I just can't carry. Feeling love for the first time makes it hard to draw the line. Moving on ain't easy, easy when you just can't see me. Found myself some room to breathe in that place where I am free. time to take off the training wheels, carry myself and just be real. Thought I'd try Detroit and Austin. At times I feel like a lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine 'cause I feel brand new. Thought I'd try New York and LA, but I found myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. Gotta spread my wings and fly. Times I feel like the lost one. The hurt that I was going through, can I shine 'cause I feel brand new. Thought I'd try New York and LA, thought I'd find myself a new way to get through the pain I was going through. Look at myself in the rear view. Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. The Nashville is a place I'm gonna try. I'm spreading my wings and fly. Spread my wings and
fly. Okay, beautiful song. Tell us all about it.
Oh yeah, so that was the first song I ever put out back in January of 24. So a little over a year ago now. I wrote that song in Nashville after my first trip, and I realized that after exploring and meeting all different people, that it could be a place that I want to live and chase music, just like a lot of thousands of other people that live there in that city. And I had never lived anywhere outside of my hometown before, so the idea of moving to a place like Nashville it's scary, right? It's a scary thing to step out of your comfort zone
That's
and
right.
be around people you've never met before, or people you don't know. So that was a song that kind of came to me when I was thinking about all of that. My aunt had said to me, at some point, you gotta spread your wings and just leave mom's nest, and that's kind of where that song comes from. And so I sat down and wrote that in the airport in about 45 minutes, and I
Wait,
sent it over to
really?
Paula. Yeah.
Spread your
Yeah.
wings and fly.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
continue.
So yeah, I was waiting for my delayed flight there in Nashville. At the time, there were some wildfires going on in Canada, and I'm from Detroit, so it was delaying everything. And yeah, I just sat there in the meantime. I wrote literally that whole song in 45 minutes, didn't change a word. I sent it over to Paula, and she said, "I think we should cut this." And so next thing you know, came out in January.
And let me tell you, you're going to make it. Okay? That's insane. Okay, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. About how many songs have you written?
Oh gosh, that's 20, 30, 40
Okay.
songs. There's a lot.
Okay. About how many have you recorded?
I'd say upwards of probably 8
Okay.
to 10.
Okay. And are you planning on recording the others?
I do.
Okay.
I have a little project that I'm working on,
Okay.
that I'm saving the rest of those songs for. So when I'm ready to
Oh.
put that out, I'm gonna do that.
So you have a plan. I love that.
Yes, definitely have a plan.
Okay, very
Um,
cool.
Sorry.
No, very cool.
Yeah, so that's
go
kind
ahead.
of the idea. I've got a couple of projects that I want to put together, but there's also some stuff that I want to work on over the next few months/year. I think I want to play a little bit more with the sound and see where things kind of go. Get some incorporate some different instruments and some different tones and whatnot. I want to work with different people to kind of find a different sound that there isn't.
Okay.
There's everybody's got something unique and niche about them, and my vocals are definitely niche, but I think there's a little bit of sound to be had with that.
When you say that, because you're talking to someone who's not musically inclined, all right? So when you say that, I'm sure you already have something in the back of your mind, right? That you're messing around with.
Hmm.
Okay. Could you share a little bit, like, or is that a secret right now?
It's a little bit of a secret, but
Okay.
I can dive a little bit.
Dab a little.
So yeah, I think we're gonna play around with some different types of instrumentation.
Oh,
Maybe add some other genres and flares
okay.
into my wheelhouse there. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to see where that all takes us, um, and working with different people around the country because Nashville has a very unique sound. You can tell Nashville music, country music. Even if you record a rock song there's a lot of really similar instrumentation when they're recording. But if you go out to LA, it's a totally different world. Even here in Detroit, it's totally different. The sounds are just different. I don't know how to explain it other than that, but you
Okay.
can almost tell the origin of music just by the sound, the way it's
So I
recorded.
have a question about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love like all that kind of info. I never heard that before, but I have a question.
Mhm.
Is it done on purpose? Like, do they say this is ours and I love this and we're going to always make it sound like ours?
I haven't quite hit the nail on the head with that yet. I think that it's just a unique characteristic. It's almost like an accent, right? If somebody has an accent,
Right.
it's just going to translate through all the music no matter what they record.
Oh.
So like Nashville rock is going to be different from rock here in Detroit, Michigan versus rock in LA versus rock in New York City. I think they all have a different flair. But I might be wrong, I might be crazy.
I
Maybe I
don't
just
think
don't
you
know.
are. I don't think
But
you're crazy.
I think that's a thing.
Okay, I don't think you're crazy. That's pretty cool. All right. Wow. So now, about how old were you when you wrote your first song?
My very first song, I was probably 12,
Okay,
maybe.
I love that. Um, have you taken instrumental lessons?
I did. I take vocal training. I take that very seriously because your voice is a muscle. It's just like
Okay.
going to the gym. You got to work out your voice. And then I've also done. No, actually, that's the only lesson. Everything else that I do musically, instrumentation is all self-taught.
What
That's
instruments do you play?
um, that's a great question. Uh, I like to be diverse,
Okay.
so I want to be able to play any instrument that I would have in my band. If for some reason somebody couldn't come to a show, I want to be able to fill in if I had to. So I can play a little bit of guitar, bass, very little bit on the piano,
Okay.
very basic there, but I can also play drums.
That's great. Okay, that's awesome. I love that. Um, I always laugh when people say, "Oh, this is our lead guitarist and this is our bass player." Because to me, I see guitars, period. You know what I mean? I get it
Yes,
now. Like people have explained it to me 100 times. I kind of get it, but I still look at it and just say, oh, they're guitar players. Well, no, that's a bass player. Oh, no, no, but it's still a guitar.
it is, and it's laid out very similarly. I think bass is so much easier than playing guitar personally.
Oh.
It's just I would almost argue it's um, almost more simple because you're not hitting so many notes at the same time or having to worry about barring chords and
Oh.
yeah,
There
it's
you
very.
go. So the next time someone says that to me, like it's this big deal, I'm going to go, oh, yeah, but that's easier.
Don't tell him I said
No,
that.
listen, I know a guy and he said that's easier. That's great. Oh my gosh, Ryan, that's so great. So I have a question. Um,
Yeah.
Out of all of your songs that you've written, even if it maybe hasn't been recorded yet, do you have a favorite one of yours?
Ooh, a favorite one that I've written. Well, I would say that I do, and I do actually have it recorded.
Okay.
Um, it's called "Goodbye Yesterday,"
Okay.
and it's a really moving song, really touching, heartfelt ballad, kind of about learning to let go of yesterday, letting go of the past, moving on. You're closing the door on it, and you need to move forward, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. You go through hard times throughout your life. You're climbing all these mountains, and sometimes it feels like there's just never an end. You just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't dwell on yesterday. You can't change the past, but you can change your future. You can move forward. You can do things differently. You can change your future, but you can't change your past. And a lot of people, unfortunately, have a hard time moving on and letting go of that stuff. So I wrote this song about that, and it's just it's just to let you know that it's okay to say goodbye to yesterday. It's okay to leave that behind you. It doesn't define who you will be. It defines who you were.
Again, at such a young age, to get that and to put that into a song is incredible. All right. And I mean that, Ryan. I don't just say stuff. I don't throw around compliments. I don't. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And so I have a question. Could you
Yeah.
sing a cappella 30 seconds, a minute of that song just to give us a little taste?
Yeah, I could do that. I could do
Okay.
that.
And don't
All right,
worry,
Paula.
because if anyone can hear it, they will like it. Go ahead. I know you're at
Yeah.
work.
Um, uh, no, I won't let you define me. I'm leaving you behind me. I'm stronger than you think. I'm starting to believe that I'll get over you in time. So goodbye, yesterday. I'm putting my past away, closing the door on you, closing the door on you. So goodbye, yesterday. I'm gonna watch you fade, I'm closing the door on you, closing the door on you.
Okay, first of all, I'm
Sorry.
giving you a standing ovation from my seat. Not only was that beautiful, I saw you playing your guitar so that you could actually hear the melody and sing it with the music, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I've never had anyone do that when they did a little a cappella for me. That is so cool. All right, so now,
Thank you.
wow, all right, I love the song. Wow, all right, so producer, how many more songs do we have? 2 more? Let's play another song and then we'll have Ryan talk about it. Here we go. Wow.
Old Jack's had my back long as I can recall. And Jose's been my getaway when the day goes wrong. Bacardi starts my party when the blues start creeping in. Well, I've got to pay respects to the best that's ever been. Oh, here's to beer and the joy it always brings. Making brothers out of strangers, drink by drink. From frosted mugs and solo cups and bottles full of cheer, raise 'em up, all here's to beer. It's appreciated, celebrated everywhere you go. Makes everyone feel welcome and right at home. It turns 5s into 10s, giving guys like me a chance. Well, I'm 10 feet tall and bulletproof when I've got one in my hands. Oh, here's to beer and the joy it always brings. Making brothers out of strangers, drink by drink. From frosted milk and solo cups and bottles full of cheer, raise 'em up, all here's to beer. best friend. Since I've turned 21, making life way more fun. Oh, here's to beer and the joy it always brings, making brothers out of strangers, drink by drink. From frosted mugs and solo cups and bottles full of cheeries and love, all here's to beer. And I said from frosted mugs and solo cups and bottles full of cheeries and love, all here's to beer. Here's to beer. Y'all gonna drink that?
Come on, tell us about this song. Come on.
So here's the beer was it was a really fun song. I just put that one out last July, I believe it was. I wrote that song with Corey Lee Barker in Nashville, and I'm gonna give him credit because he also did help me with Goodbye Yesterday.
Oh, cool.
I want to give credit to where credit's due.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we worked on this song, and it just kind of came about. We had a like 6 or 8 hour writing session that we just sat down and wanted to put a handful of songs together. And I said I wanted something fun, something that people are going to sing to, something people want to learn the words to. And this song kind of came about, and it hasn't really changed much from when we originally wrote it, other than some cool little guitar solos. But I just wanted that to be a fun song when we play live, that everybody who knows me is going to know all the words to that song, and they're going to want to sing it out, and have a nice cold beer in their hand.
So that'll
And,
be like the signature song.
That will be played at every show.
Okay.
Every show.
So everyone that hears it will be like, "Oh my gosh, that's Ryan O'Neal."
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Now, does
Exactly.
Ryan drink these cold beers?
I do like a Coors Light every now and then. Or
Oh, okay.
some stouts. I'm a little bit picky, but
That's okay, baby.
Hey.
So
But-
that's so cool. So all right, let me ask you this now. The majority of your songs that you have written, are they all right. Are they more personal, or do you just think about things and say, you know what, people could resonate with this? What do you do more of?
I tend to write a lot more songs that people are going to relate to.
Okay.
They might be harder songs to hear, or they might take you back to a very memorable time.
Mhm.
But my philosophy with songwriting is I want to write stuff that people not only want to listen to, but that every person can relate to,
Yes.
regardless of who they are, what age they are. I want everybody to be able to relate to my music because, like I said, we live a lot of life, and everyone's figuring that out. Everyone's living the first time around, right? So I wanted to be able to put some stuff out there that no matter who hears it, it'll some way resonate with them. I think everyone has been able to resonate with Fly. Maybe not everyone with Here's to Beer just yet, but after 21, they should be able to.
But even someone in their life that drinks beer, or you know what I mean? So like if the wife doesn't drink but the husband does, everyone will resonate with it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because I don't drink, okay? I never did. I did drugs back in the day. I never drank. But I would go to disco clubs, and we had so many in our town back then in the 80s and 90s. And everybody drank beers. So I would even resonate and remember, like, oh, yeah, I remember my guy friends with the beers and this and that on the dance floor. Whatever.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Right.
And I think a lot of the guitar soloing in that song will make people want to listen to it, because I think the guitar is just it's art. It was done so well, if
Oh,
I do
wow.
say.
That's
Props
so
to the
cool.
band in Nashville for recording that. That was a great one.
That's so cool. So I like to ask singer-songwriters this song, okay? I think I am going to know the answer that you're going to answer based on our conversation so far, but I'm not sure. What usually comes first? The thought in your mind and some words, or the music?
That's a great question because I have battled with this.
Oh,
It's for me, it's like a 50-50.
okay.
Sometimes I'll hear some guitar, I'll strum some guitar notes, some pattern, and then the words will just come to me.
Okay.
Other times I'll hear a melody in my head and I'll get some of the words together and I'll record that, real quick, just so I have the note, and then the music kind of follows suit because it changes throughout the song. Um, but for me, usually, yeah, the words come first.
That's what I knew you were going to say. But it's a struggle, right? It's both, really, but okay. Because
Sometimes,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, 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 you go.
I was just gonna say sometimes the words will come, and then I'll kind of let it sit. Another thing will come, and I'll kind of mesh them together. So then the music really changes a little bit.
Oh,
You got to find the right notes of what works. But I think that's the art of writing music. I don't know that necessarily everyone will agree with that, and sitting down and writing it right then and there. That works for some people. For me, I have a harder time with that.
okay, but look at you wrote that song in like under an hour, I think, right? That one. So I guess you could do both,
Yeah,
you know?
it really depends on the song and the message because I think the message also can change
Right.
from time to time.
I mean, I've had singer-songwriters actually say to me, Jerry, I've been working on this one song or two songs or three songs for 7 years, and they're still in the fall, and I'm like, what?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, you want to perfect it. You want it to be perfect by the time you put it out. And some people really, really are hard on themselves for wanting to nail it.
right.
And props to them because songwriting is not easy.
So I'm a poet, okay? So I write poetry, and it comes super easy for me. So I don't know if you ever heard of Trade Martin. Have you ever heard that name?
I have not.
All right, if you Google him, he's up in age, he's still with us, and he was one of the legends that worked with legend after legend after legend. Okay? And he wrote so many songs, and he reaches out to me a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and he's like, Jer, I love your poetry, so let's write a song together. So I said, Trade, I am not a songwriter. He's like, yes, you are. He goes, we're gonna write a Christmas song. So I gave him, a poem that, I put together for the song, whatever, and he did amazing with it. He'll say I did most of it, and he's lying. He definitely did most of it, okay? It was priceless. But so as a poet, and again, I'm not musically inclined, I don't see it as easy as I see poetry a lot easier than songwriting. Songwriting to me, I see so much harder.
It can be. It can be hard because sometimes words won't match the melody. Whereas, I don't know, poetry, you want to make sure you're getting all the right
But
expressions.
yeah, I'm
You
going
want,
to read a poem today, and it just comes so natural. That's my thing. But
yeah,
songwriting to me, I look at it totally different. Like, how the heck do they do that?
it's hard. It's hard.
you know?
Yep.
So, now, do you have any people in your family that sing, write songs, any of that?
I have some. My dad and my brother both play guitar.
Okay.
But as far as songwriting, no, we don't really have anyone in the family that was
Okay.
really into music like that.
Any singers?
My grandma on my dad's side, she kind of sang, um, not professionally by any means, but she would sing to us as kids, and I think that kind of sparked a lot of the
Right.
the melodic,
Yeah.
development throughout my life.
Very cool. Okay. So now it's time that I read a poem out of my book. All right, now, Ryan, I'm going to read this poem. It's called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. And I like reading this poem when I do entertainers because I always get messages. Oh my gosh, Ryan's incredible. He can sing incredible. I can't believe he writes songs. I can't believe. All right, and they doubt that they have anything to offer. I wish I could do that. I wish, and I want everyone out there to know that we're all born with gifts. We just got to figure out what they are, right, Ryan? Everyone has something to offer.
Yes.
Just imagine if we didn't have sanitation workers. I say this all the time on my shows. what would we do? I put them right up there. Okay, so everyone has something to offer. So if you're struggling with your self worth, please listen to the words of this song. Okay, guys? Utilizing gifts and talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used. God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour, like this guy's doing. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Ryan O'Neal, baby, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give to yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And Ryan, that's what you're doing.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful and so true. Every word in that, so true. And people out there listening, you have a gift. You just got to find it.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah. And, you know, I love when I interview young entertainers, singers, songwriters, right, who get it, who understand, you know, that they were given this gift by God and they have to do it. And it's inside of you, right? I mean, even me with the poetry and art. I went to art school in New York in '79. I can't get that out of me. You know, you don't just wake up one day and say, well, I mean, there are exceptions. Oh, I think I want to try being an artist or a singer. There are exceptions. But for the most part, from a child, our gifts are really in us, bursting to come out.
Yep.
You know, right?
You're right.
So, all right. So now, producers, let's play our third song. And then, Ryan, you're going to talk about that.
All right.
But you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Settling down, would you marry me? If I asked you twice and begged you pretty please, but she just said yes in a New York minute. He never tied the knot, his heart wasn't in it. He just stole a kiss as he rolled away. He never hung his hat up at Kitty's place. Should have been a cowboy, should have learned to rope and ride, wearing my 6-shooter, riding my pony on the cattle drive, stealing that young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Might have had a sidekick with a funny name, running wild through the hills, chasing Jesse James. Ended up on the brink of danger, riding shotgun for the Texas Rangers. Go west, young man, haven't you been told California's full of whiskey, women and gold, sneaking out all night beneath the desert star, with a dream in my eye and a prayer in my heart. Should have been a cowboy, should have learned to rope and ride, riding my pony on that cattle drive, stealing that young girl's heart, just like Gene and Roy, singing those campfire songs. Oh, should have been a cowboy.
I love cowboys.
Oh, oh that was yeah, should have been a cowboy. That was one of my favorite Toby Keith songs. He was a big influence on my life, especially growing up. Listening to Toby Keith, he always had a hit song. You know,
Yeah,
every song Toby Keith had was a hit song.
right.
He's one of those guys. Yeah, no, Toby was a really cool person. One I wish that I was able to meet, but rest in peace, Toby Keith.
That's right.
But yeah, no, always loved that song. Should have been a cowboy. I feel like that song's always resonated with me. Um, yeah, I that song just kind of came together. I just picked up a guitar and wanted to play it. It was not long after he had passed away, and I said, "Wow, this is just a very powerful song."
Oh,
Um, and oops, sorry, gosh,
you're good.
yeah.
You're
So
good.
I just wanted to put that song out. So that was a sneak peek. I did also put out a song recently. I wasn't sure if it was going to be on or not, but I did put out a version of Tennessee Whiskey that I re-recorded.
Okay, so can you play your guitar your guitar or your piano and give us a little bit?
I'm sure I could finagle
Here we
that.
go. Here we go. Yay!
I feel like someone's gonna walk through. Okay. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
just a little bit.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Amazing. All right, Ryan.
Thank you.
Wow. Tell everybody all your social media. Tell everybody, how they get in touch with you. Go ahead. Do that first.
Yeah, you can find me on all social media platforms, the same username. It's I'm Ryan O'Neill. That's IMRYANONEILL. Make sure you get the right spelling. And that's also my website, www.imryanoneil.com. And you can find links to all my music, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, wherever you get your music from, you can find it there. You can find live performance videos from YouTube. You can find merch. You can find tour dates. Everything is there. So, and as new things are happening, we are going to make sure that we announce them not only on our social media platforms, but also on the website. So please make sure you tune in and find all things Ryan O'Neill right there.
So wait, producer, you only put one L on his name. Look at the purple bar. Can we fix that while we're live? All right, he'll fix it while we're live. I just saw that when you said that. I was like, oh no. Okay. So now, all right, I don't want you to say, oh, I forgot to talk about this. This is up and coming. I wanted to share this. The mic is yours, Ryan. Tell us anything that's going on that you want us to know.
Yeah, just keep in touch and stay tuned to my social media. Again, it's on all platforms. I'm Ryan O'Neill. I'm going to be putting out another song here very shortly. But for now, go ahead and listen to the songs you heard today on the Geri Petito show. And you can also hear Tennessee Whiskey. I put that out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I mean, everywhere you listen to music, you can find that song there. And it would really mean the world to me because that was a really special remake of that song. And That was done in the studio here in Michigan, and I'm just so excited to have even had the opportunity to put that song out there. But I want you to listen to my version, so make sure you tune in and give it a listen. It's out there and available. And then I'll be putting out another song here very, very soon, and I'm super excited for it. I don't have an exact date yet, but
Okay.
again, stay tuned to my social media, and I'll be announcing it very shortly.
So Ryan, even I may have it, but I'm not sure. Send me the MP3 of Tennessee Whiskey again, okay? If I don't have it,
I will.
I
Sure.
want that because I love that. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. So
Yeah, that's a pretty song.
the producers, okay, so it's RYANO''NEILL.
You got it.
Okay, good. He fixed it. Thank you. And then fix it in the other parts too, Gino. Okay. So, all right. So now I want to give another shout out to Paula Ann. Wow, amazing, amazing. So happy to have him back. Paula Ann, you rock. Give another shout out to Paula.
Yes, Paula Ann, thank you so much for connecting me with Jerry and Hamilton Radio. I'm so excited to have been here and gotten to speak on the show and show you a couple songs and even some sneak peeks. So thank you so much for everything that you do. It is not going unnoticed. So I want to make sure everyone knows that. And Jerry, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been such a pleasure and so much fun as always. I love it.
My door is always open to you. I know you're at work, and I'm so happy that you got to do this anyway. I love you, Ryan. You're amazing, and thanks for honoring us here on the Geri Petito Show and Hamilton Radio, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you
Amazing.
so much.
Amazing. Okay, producer, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.